What's up, guys? Alexander Thomas here. Welcome back to Game Time 123. Today we are doing a deck. We're creating a dogs deck, an entire deck based off just dogs. This is one of the dogs images that were in that I've made recently. It's gonna be I think multicolor, completely multicolored deck. We'll see what we get for this one. So let's go ahead and get to. Yes, we can go and get that down, please. And I'm gonna have to go through and make all these ants. So the first card I have here is a called Dog of the Gyms. Now I'll have to go through and create each one of these. The basic idea of this entire deck will be, I don't know. I call it a Dog of Gyms. And I'll be using a AI character generator to come up with new dogs. It costs one less for each card in target player's hand, so it could potentially cost two. It's a legendary creature. I don't know if a lot of these creatures are going to be legendary creatures, but there are going to be some that are going to be like that. Opponents loses life at the end of your turn, where X is a number of cards in their hand minus the number of cards in your hand minus the cards in their hand. Each player draws 4 cards for tapping ability. This is an idea of how it's. I'm going to make a new set off of this. This is one of the cards that could potentially be in it. That's just the idea of one thing that could happen. Let's see. We need another. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this one because we don't really need it anymore. Where's the delete set key? Whoa. But we're going to be creating a entirely dog-based set. I've created a few more of these cards. And we'll see what we have for this. There we go, create set. We're going to be calling this dogs. I don't know if that's what we're going to have, but we'll be adding Cardsmith. Now, they're all the cards that we're making out of this set will not be cards like that one. I didn't actually put this in there, of course. The first card that will be introduced in this one is going to be that could be a potential commander. Henra the House Pet. It's all colors. It's 1 Rugberg, everything. You may cast it by exiling 2 cards from your hand or by paying 1 life and discarding a card. Wow. That's a pretty hit. You can also tap it to exile all players' graveyard. It gets +1/+1 for each card exiled and 1/+1/+1 for each card in the graveyard. We'll be adding that to the deck. That's a potential card that could be in here. But you see what I mean? You see that some of these cards are going to be really interesting. This could be a potential commander. It could be a 5-color commander deck, for all I know. We're going to take a look here. We're going to call we're going to make some of these cards off the base of here. This one's going to be called. You guys can't see me actually writing the name for it, but let's call her Patient Companion. That's obviously not actually, we're not going to look at that, but let's call it, her name is Bella Patient Commando. First card we're going to get. What does this card going to do? It's not going to be a legendary creature. It doesn't make sense for it to be that. Bella Patient Commanded. I think it makes sense for it to be a defender. It will be... What colors are dogs generally? White, blue, I believe. Let's see, dogs in NGT. It appears that dogs are generally white. It's going to be a creature for sure, we know that. It's a dog. That's a common, so that makes sense. I'm going to say it is a 1 white. I think that makes sense for it to be when it would be a defender, because that would make sense. Because if it's by your side, it's let's see, as long as you control each opponent can't draw cards each turn. Then we're going to have a tap ability. Each player draws a card. It's not. It can't be a very powerful card because obviously a 1/1 is a pretty ant. I'm gonna make it a. I'm gonna make it a 2, not 20. I'm gonna make it a 2/1 creature. Let's take a look what we're looking at here. It's a common, that makes sense. As long as you control its patient companion, each opponent can't draw more than 2 cards each turn. So that means that you can tap it to give each player draw a card. That means they have a maximum number of cards. So they draw a card. If we'll say it's not your turn, the opponent just drew a card, you're going to tap it to make sure it doesn't draw any cards. So if you're playing against a draw deck, which is going to be kind of based off what it's, then you've got that. This is not... I don't think this would be a very good card also as a defender, so you can't exactly do much with it. It's not exactly a powerful card either. Let's see. Let's call this Dog Wishes. Be interesting because we're going to... This card's called Dog Wishes. Okay, so it's called Dog Wishes. There's another card also that I'll put in. I'll show you guys in a second. I think this card is fairly simple. It's should be either, I think it's either a white or blue card. I don't know exactly. It's white or blue. I think it's going to be like this. It's going to have to be an instant, common. I thing goes, if white was paid, to cast of wishes, right? And you also have the opposite here, which is the weapons. If you do blue instead, be almost like, I think, a green card. Gonna make it a blue. I think it might be black. I think it's you for this one. I don't think this is very good. It's just a card that's like, hey, you know what? And it's definitely a common instant, so for make sure we got it right. It says, if I was played to cast Dog Wishes, you gain 1 life. If blue was paid, you to cast Dog Wishes, then you draw a card. So basically, this is either you gain 1 life, so you don't kill yourself, so you don't lose, or you get to draw a card. I don't think this is a very good card, obviously, but it's a pretty decent idea just to have like Dog Wishes. You know what? Here we go. There's one card I'm going to go ahead and show you because there is a card that will be put into the dog set that is a dog that I created a while back. I don't know exactly when. I might have shown it on some stream a while back. Oh, I'm going to show that one as well. There is Flying Lynx. That's pretty close to it, but it's not that one. Anyway, so these are all going to be dogs. It is a dog, I'm fairly sure. Dog of Souls, but that's not the right colors. Made a bunch of cards here also to make it like just based off control. I don't see it. Either it was not very good and I got rid of it, or Puppy Wind Chaser. I'm not seeing it. Samurai Dog. There are a couple Samurai Dogs here. It's not those though, because Wow, I didn't think it would be this difficult to find it. Might have very luck at finding it differently. Let me go to dogs. Oh wait, I already had a dog set? Dog Wishes, here it is. We got Dog Wishes. This is another legendary creature that I have. This is the only one. We'll put this one into the dog set, which is apparently a double set. Apparently, I put dogs as well here. I'll go have to rename this. So you had an option to discard a card, and it gets +2/+2 for each card. Each player has 2 or 3 cards in his hand. So to the set, and let me go to my sets and rename this because obviously I need to add this. Card. Made it a little bit easier just to show you, just to give you a better idea. Anyways, let's take a look here. What other options? What could we do? This is cute. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh here. These are all supposedly dogs, so. And these are all AI generated, so they're not copyrightable. So, at least as far as I'm aware. From what I understand, they're not copyrightable. Let me make this one bigger. Let's see, we got ourselves a nice little white dog here. I'm gonna think we're gonna call it Paco. Dog of Journey. 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 Doesn't like me. Journey. There we go. First thing that shows up to me is the rock band. Even though those are not the people anymore, I don't think. That's not relevant. Dog of Journey. This is gonna be. I think this is gonna be an interesting one that I'm thinking about. Because what if you had a dog that kept changing its location? Because there was a dog in one of the sets recently that basically it kept traveling back and forth depending on whoever had the most life total. make it difficult. So it's Packle, which sounds kind of weird, but Packle, Dog of Journey. So what if its own packet? We're going to call it packet. That kind of makes sense. It will be a free cost, right? I think it makes sense for it to be free because of the way what I'm doing for it. So it will be a 1/1 creature. When enters the field, draw 2 cards. But it's gonna be similar. It's gonna be similar to it. So it's gonna say at each end step, which is after it. Goes journey. At each end step, Dog of Journey I want to see how it worked because there was a card in the last set. I don't know if it was the last set, but that's not what I'm looking for. I think it was Lord. It might have been Lord of the Rings, to be honest. Yeah, it would have been Lord of the Rings because it would have had been that. Or what it's called was the wording. I don't know what the wording is for this. Because it's not in the same format. What's it called? I think it's this one right here. It's something to do with dog. There it is. It's this guy. No, it's not that guy. Wrong guy. It is green, I know that. It is common, it is green. I don't know what the... I don't think it told me, it shouldn't show me. Let's see. It might be uncommon, I think, but... Let's check uncommons. Whatever. I've got the idea. It is a dog. It is a creature. Maybe an artifact creature. Because it doesn't cost anything to play it. Yep. Oh, wait. The player who has the most cards in their hand gains control of Package Dog of Journey. So that is the first fact. And the second thing is that if you control its draw 2 cards at your draw step. This sounds more like a blue card, to be honest. Might have to make him blue. He costs 0, so it makes sense for him to be blue. That is too much. We're going to do a small text, that's for sure, because we can't see anything. Let's go that. So you get the advantage at first. Then if you have less cards, so I always have this problem where I always have less cards than my opponents. I generally have 0 cards. But it's an advantage, so you get this is why it's free, and it's a 1/1. So, your package fields all 2 cards. At each instep, it's D player, not that player. It's D player, not that player. So you enter the field, you draw 2 cards. Congratulations, you have 1/1 creature. That allows you to draw 2 cards. It's an easy cast. At the end of each end step, the player who has the most cards in their hand gains control of Package Dog of Journey. So it's going to travel all over the place. It is going to continue going crazy. If you control it, then you draw 2 cards at your draw step. And I think I don't really think you have to add too much to this because obviously 1/1 is not good. You just have it. But you can draw 2 cards when you play on the field for free. It does not have haste, so it can't attack on turn 1. It is blue, technically. I think I might have to make this a little bit different. Yeah, we're gonna make it a 1-cost card. I think just draw 2 cards, because honestly, opt for one thing. That's what you get to draw a card and discard a card. You draw 2 cards with this card. What is divination cost 3, right? Divination.
Here's the definition of divination: the practice of seeking knowledge of.
I did not even know that. yeah, divination draws are 2 cards and it costs 3. So I think draw 2. This is ridiculous. Now the thing is, you don't always have control over this card, so I think that makes it fair for it to be a 1-cost card. And I think it's a blue-white deck. I think it's fair to say blue-white. You don't have this is gonna have a pretty tough time. Let me see. Power draw, free cast. Where's dogs? I lost dogs. Free cast, It's not that dog's deck. But to rename it differently, I think. Alright, so we're gonna switch. It's saved already. Let me go to my profile here because it didn't like that for some reason. Where my other cards got saved to then? Do you dogs? Because it only had 4. It was only 4 cards. I wonder if it just deleted. Here's what we're going to do. I don't know what happened. We'll delete one set. Probably this one, because honestly I don't really need it. Delete set. There we go. And we'll go ahead and do call us draw the dogs to make it more reasonable. And then we'll be adding cards to this. I only had a few cards here, so I think we're good. Draw the dogs. Dog wishes, which is going to be there. I apologize for that. I don't know what happened to it. Alright, let's see what else we got here. We got needs to be a blue. Let's do this again. Anyways, it's saved there. I think we're still going to look at trying to make this a draw-based deck. Oh, I just know what we're going to do for this one. Oh. And if you guys have any ideas for making cards, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. This is gonna, obviously I'm doing this live. I think we're probably good with that. this is going to allow me to do it or not. It might be too small. There we go. Mirror pup. We're going to call it mirror dog. Actually, I might call it mirror pup, to be honest. It makes more sense. It will be a 1 white blue card that is X power, X toughness, is a dog, or dogs technically. Artifact creature, common. And toughness. Equal to the number of cards in your hand this could get pretty broken really quickly. Has all abilities. Now, when enters the field, copy target creatures I hate when I can't spell certain things because it's just it's difficult to actually do certain things. Abilities. Thank you. I'm probably going to have to re-upload this image, so yeah, we're gonna have some. I don't like it because what's gonna happen is my creature's going to die very easily because I'll have no cards in my hand. It's gonna be it would be probably gonna be a uncommon because it makes sense for it to be at least uncommon. When the pup dies or is exiled from battlefield, draw a card. That's not really that good of an effect, but I'm probably going to have to re-upload this. I'm just going to go and re-upload it. Maybe it'll stay, maybe it won't. It did not. I should have copied it. It's gonna be do. It's gonna be max gold according to what this does. So blue, white, blue, gold. It is a dog. The difference is it will copy the effects, but it's not going to... Power and toughness are equal the number of cards in your hand. Is a copy of target. I think we do have to make it a little bit weaker because of the context. Creature on the battlefield. Except it's not when or is exiled, draw a card. So it's a copy of a hard creature. So you could actually play, if this card was commander based, play it as a copy of your commander. I think it has to be uncommon because of that. Because I think it has all I don't even to make it all legendary in that case. Because if it's not legendary, then you don't have to worry about it. But I think it does have to be at least uncommon for that because of the fact it has all the abilities of target creature on the battlefield. It's an artifact creature, so it has 3 weaknesses. Quite literally, there's several things it has, and I think honestly this card could be really insane if you really think about it, because you can make it a copy of your commander. Technically. Your power and toughness are equal to number of card chance. The only thing is it's got 3 weaknesses, 3 major weaknesses. First off, it's an artifact creature. It can be destroyed by an artifact, by any spell that destroys an artifact. Secondly, it depends on the number of cards in your hand. So if you had no cards in your hand, it dies. When it dies, though, you do get to draw a card, so there's an effect there, and it has all abilities of target creature on the battlefield. So and that's actually interesting, because what would happen if Mirror Pop, that creature goes away? I don't think actually it matters, because if you think about it, if you target one creature, then that creature, and that creature's not on the battlefield, then it's no longer a target, therefore you choose something else. That might be flash a little bit weird if I did that, but you know, we'll see. Let's see here. I think we have another card that we'll try to put in here, assuming it's the right colors. Mirror Pub is going to be really interesting. I don't know if I have this. This is what's interesting here. You got Sholo and Emerald. It depends on what you pay for. It depends on what colors it is, really. It has to be whites and something else. It could be white blue. We'll put it in the draw of the dog. So it depends. I don't know if we actually do this one. This one's actually really weird, because I'm going to explain this card. This card works. It's 2 creatures. It's technically 1 creature, but if you pay white, blue, red, then you place to cast it. Then you tap it to put a lifelink counter on each creature you control. So basically, give everything lifelink permanently. Oh gosh! If you pay, if you play white, green, black, then it has lifelink, and you enter 2 1/1 counters on it. So it's a 4/4 of lifelink. If you play white, blue, green, then it has pay 2, draw 2 cards. If it was paid the white, black, red, then it cast it, pay X life. Each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life. So basically, it's I will pay infinite life, and no, I'll pay all my life points down to 1, and then I'll gain that much life back. I don't know. Well, we're gonna do, I think, 2 more cards. We're gonna do. I think we're gonna make it. We gotta make one that's not a creature. Bond between two dogs, I think is what we're going to call this one. Bond between two dogs. I think it's an enchantment. So what do we go with this one here? I think it's an enchantment that you enchant target creature, target dog. It's very specifically a dog. Bond between two dogs. I think it's expensive though. I think 4 white black. I think if I know what it's gonna do, if I know what it's gonna do, it's gonna be really expensive. It's gonna be a common. There's reason why I think it's gonna be enchantment. I don't think we had to actually have an enchantment off it. Enchant dog. Enchanted creature. I think actually it is enchant creature. Creature has creatures that say have the same card. I think it's creature type. As enchanted creature. Can't be destroyed It's a common, but I think there's a reason why it's common. Because it's not really that great. Let me just explain why I think it's not good. Okay, so we get to enchant creature. Whatever it is. Actually, I think we're making a roar because it would make sense for it to be a roar. So the reason why I think this is not good is because this would not help you against board wipes. Because their cards say destroy all permanents. Well, guess what? It can't be destroyed, it can't be exiled by permanents, but guess what? If all the permanents are gone, then this doesn't have any effect. It might honestly be uncommon. I could see it being uncommon. But if you even think about it, it's expensive. That is expensive. And it's pretty powerful if you really think about it, because creatures that stay in the same shade, that the same creature type as a enchanted creature can't be destroyed or exiled. So that hurts. That makes it basically crazy for everything else. Alright, let's do one. We're going to do one more, then we're going to end the stream, I think. I started a little bit late, so. Let's see here. Terrified pup. This would be interesting. Terrified pup. It gives me a bunch of YouTube videos on terrified pups. Great. I didn't want to look at that, but question is, which colors are gonna be? Is it gonna be? This is gonna be really interesting, I think, because this is not gonna be very good cards. The fact is that's going to be a rare is going to hurt. It's going to be really weird. I think it's going to be rare because I think it makes sense. It's going to be only one white or blue. It's not going to be it's going to be a 2/2, I think. But it's terrified, so. Rare. It's a dog. It's a creature. Not an enchantment creature, it's a creature. Can't block. When a player draws a card, that player creates a 0/1 dog with this creature must block if and you can't cards. Good grief. I'm not even sure it makes any sense to do that. Make it a 0-2 dog that you can't draw cards. With you can't draw cards. Is that really? It's a rare. It hurts you too, because the thing with this, it says you can't draw cards, and this guy can't block, so the only way to get rid of it is the exile cards. It's exile it. When a player draws a card, or that player, or you can't draw cards. And then we're gonna make it each triggers separately. I mean, you have additional blockers. That's nice. When a player draws a card, you get a pop that says you can't draw cards. So basically, actually, I think it's opponent to make it actually make sense for it to be a rare. Because otherwise it doesn't make sense for it to say you can't draw cards either. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player creates a 0-2 dog that says you can't draw cards. So you can use them to sacrifice still, so that actually gives an advantage to the opponent. This guy can't block, so he can't use it to destroy it. But ooh. That's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm going to see what the next video is. I think I want to check to see what we have for coming up. I don't think we have a stream next week. This will be in March. Okay, so actually, next week will be Crystal Story Episode 1. Then we will follow that up by Bounce School Episode 38. There will be no stream on the 16th. There will be a double stream, which will be Bounce School Episode 38, and then more card creations. And there will be no stream on the 30th. That would be for next week, next year. Sorry, that's for March. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to keep your game on. And we'll see you next time.